So to continue our discussion of market segmentation, this is pretty important, so I just wanted to make a video about this solely. When we create a market segment, we're essentially dividing that pizza up into different pieces. We have to do it in a way that is effective. And so we can't always use market segmentation because it doesn't always meet basic requirements that we have in market segmentation. In other words, there are 4 basic requirements in order to divide the market into homogeneous groups. And we can do market segmentation a lot of different ways, like we just discussed: demographic, socioeconomic, benefits, all of those different types of segmentation. But the way we go about doing the process, there has to be 4 requirements met. And so I wanted to go through those individually. First one is segments must be measurable in purchasing power and in size. And I underline the important parts because it goes back to understanding this idea. I can create a market segment that is very specific or very broad, but no matter what, they have to be able to make us, they must have the ability to buy the products that we're offering, and they have to be enough of them in order to make it worth our while. So in other words, I might say that I want to sell a product to 18-year-old males who have a household income of $150,000 or more, and they have at least they've traveled at least 3 times in their life internationally. That's very, very specific and be very hard to kind of determine. But nonetheless, how do we know that whatever product I'm creating meets the needs and wants of that consumer group, but also do they have the purchasing power and the size, or be enough of them to make it worth our while? Which brings us to the next one, which is marketers have to effectively promote to and serve the segment. In other words, am I, with my current capabilities, in other words, with the staff I have and with the number of product categories, the number of product lines that I have, am I able to meet the needs and wants of the consumers and do that effectively? So I might say, well, I want to focus on all college students in Nacogdoches, Texas. Well, then that's not a problem, meaning because that is a segment of the market. You're saying college students of the overall market of Nacogdoches. It's a very large segment. Does your firm have the ability to effectively promote to them? Do they have the product that meets their needs and wants? The third one is segments must be sufficiently large enough to be profitable. And so, in other words, do you have enough people in that category that have, again, goes back to the very first question, the spending power. Do you have enough, and you compare it to the amount of effort that you're going to have to put in as marketers to make it worth your while, make it profitable? Are you able to charge the price that you need to charge in order to become profitable and sustain business? And the last one is the number of segments must match the firm's capabilities. In other words, if you have an office of 3 people and your market is 1 million people, can those 3 people effectively promote to and meet the needs and wants and be able to fulfill the requirements that are needed when selling to 1 million people? And vice versa. Do you have so many staff and your market's not very large? Are you matching your firm's capability with the number of segment that you're offering? So I might say that I'm trying to sell this fitness center to college students, also to high school students, and also to people who are over the age of 65, as well as moms, right? Those are several different segments that have several different required demands. Does your firm have the staff and the product itself have the capability to meet the needs and wants of all those different market segments? If the answer is yes to all of these questions, then you have a sufficiently defined segment, one that does all 4 of these things. If it doesn't, then you need to rethink of what market segment you're using, or if you need to be using market segmentation at all.